Hey everyone, this is Rachel, and I have pulled out once again the kit I purchased from the Wild Hare Kits, which is a curated kit club. Basically, you go in, you fill out a form stating your likes and dislikes, and then you choose either a petite kit or a deluxe. I chose the petite, and they customly curate a kit for you. I've done two other layouts with this kit, and in my first one, I kind of went through what I got. So if you want, you know what I'll do is I'll put a link to that first one in the description box below, and that way you can take a gander at what I started out with. I have 3 4x4 photos of myself on, well, one's of me, the other 2 are scenery photos of a little inlet in Long Island near where my housemate's mom lives. We went and did a little exploring. So I'm going to be using that. I've also pulled out the rest of the Chamel Little U line that I have. I've got a little bit of paper over here as well. And that is because several of the pieces that I got was part of that line. So I thought it would make a good complement to my kit, because as I said, I got the petite kit, so I'm down to just a bit of paper, so we'll see what I can make out of this. Alright folks, I'm going to go ahead and get you on fast forward, so let's get going.
Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and get started taking a gander what I have left for pattern paper. Now I'm really thinking about using that multicolor paper as my background, that one from Hazelwood from One Canoe 2, but I know with my photos I definitely need to have a border or a mat for them, or it will just be too much. So I do have this scrap of yellow tone-on-tone stripe paper, but I realized, oh yes, I have 3 4x4 photos, which will make that the full 12 inches. So what I end up doing is the 2 photos that are of the ocean, I trim down just a little bit, so they're more like 3.5 by 4, and then I leave the photo of my own self there in the center as a true 4x4. So I'm just going to line these up and just try to make them as straight as I can without having to pull out one of my rulers. Why I couldn't pull out one of my rulers? I have no clue. Once I get them all lined up, I'm going to go ahead and trim off the left side of that paper there. And once I do that, I am happy with the way it is looking. I'm going to go ahead and get my branding strip cut off of that background paper. That is from the Hazelwood collection, as I mentioned before. So I'm just going to trim up this yellow paper just a little bit so it's not a true 12 by 12, and that way it sits on my paper but not cutting it completely off. I then happen to have this strip of floral paper, and I decide just to add that to the edge of my paper, my yellow paper that I matted my photos with, to finish that sentence off. Now I have this branding strip that is of multicolored arrows, and I decided that will be pretty to add, so I use my liquid glue to get that, and I'm going to ink up all of my papers, whether before I glue them or after I glue them. I never know when I'll remember to actually ink them up with this navy ink, and it's a Heidi Swap ink I picked up at Michael's a couple of years ago when she released a line of inks. That liquid glue I use is the Scotch Tacky Glue that is also available just at the general big box stores. I purchased fine line bottle tops off of Amazon, and I just screwed it on to my regular glue bottle with a little bit of water added to thin the glue out so I don't have a problem with it getting stuck. Okay, so to that other side of my photo, I have this purple branding strip, and that I believe is from a Little by Little line. And I'm just doing the same thing. I use my liquid glue only because it's too slim to run a line of ATG down, so it's just easier to use my liquid glue. And because I trimmed that photo block down, I'm just trimming all the rest of the papers I am gluing as well, and then inking the part that I trimmed off. And I'm thinking about adding another line of color in that black polka dotted, but I think I need something else just to also be there besides the polka dots, and I don't even know why. I think it looks fine. I decided to go ahead and add this third branding strip. Now this one is going to go in between the purple one and the polka dots, so I just go ahead and use my ATG and glue it that way rather than trim it all up and try to make it small and then try to make it fit, because that would never ever work for me. Once I finish that, I am all set with that photo block, except I am going to go into my stash and pull out a couple of doilies. Now, these doilies are just ones I've purchased over the years from Michaels, so I believe they're both Recollections brands. They did not come out at the same time. They came out just sporadically throughout the time that I bought them once they were on clearance. So I'm going to trim those in half and then place that in the upper left and lower right of my photo block. And then I like the way that's looking, so I'm going to go ahead and get it down. And now I'm going to move on to my title. So I'm going to start off with these foam thicker words from the Amy Tangerine. No, not Amy Tangerine. They look like they're they look similar to the Amy Tangerine ones, but these are Chamel Little by Little. Start off with the word beautiful, and then I'm going to move on, and I'm going to see if there's anything else I want from there. And I pull off these black hearts, also from the same package. And then I'm going to move on to the Pink Fresh Studios Explore the Ordinary, or something along those lines. These came in my Wild Hare Kit, and I'm going to spell out the word Inlet, and I'm going to take my quick dry adhesive, or I guess it's called tacky glue now, and glue underneath the doily, just because I am sticking those on many layers of things, so I just want to make sure they're going to stay stuck down. I'm also going to place from my Wild Hare Kit the last 2 of my 8 flare that were included in my kit. I was shocked I managed to use all 8, but they were all gorgeous. So I am going to use the one on the left hand side has sunglasses on it, and the one on the right has the word happy, happy, happy. I am going to use my liquid glue to get those down, along with those little by little stickers that I had in my stash. For some reason, those little by little stickers just do not have a lot of stick to them, and then with my placing the flare over the layers of doilies, I did not want to end up losing them. I'm going to continue on with my title. I used those clear tile stickers from my Little by Little sticker pack, and now I'm using these medium tone-on-tone aqua tile stickers, and these came from the Little Dear Lizzie phrase and letter stickers that came in my Wild Hare Kit. So my entire title is Beautiful Inlet on Long Island, so which is exactly what it was. I'm going to finish that title area off with a couple of the phrase stickers from the other side of that sticker pack, and I'm also going to glue down my other flare before I completely forget. Now those phrase stickers say, it's a beautiful day to start, it's the little things, and then right here, right now. I'm going to complete my embellishing with a couple of little wood veneer starbursts, and those are just from Studio Calico. I believe I picked those up at Joann's. And then I have these 3 pieces of clear acrylic geometric shapes that came in my Wild Hare Kit. I wasn't quite sure how I was going to use them, but I thought in walking on the beach and thinking about like sea glass and stuff like that you find on the beach, I thought these would be kind of the perfect last little addition. I used some vellum tape runner I had, and you can't really see the glue through them at all. So I was actually quite pleased with that. And now I am going to use a little bit of the navy shimmers vibes that I have, and I believe it's called Don't Rain on My Parade. I am all done for today. I do some journaling on that little green triangle just below the right hand side doily, but I forget to do it on camera. And I'm just talking about us going on this little jaunt. So thanks so much for joining me here today. Have a great day, everyone. Bye!